Hello everyone, you are welcome to my channel once again. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, depending on the side you are watching us. I want to show you how you are going to sew this beautiful trouser and shirts. Sorry, beautiful trouser and top, because it's a top, not a shirt. So this is about 3 years. As you can see, it's 3 years of fabric. So I want to be folding the material into four so that I can cut out the front side of the material. And please, I will urge you that if you watch this video to the end, do not pause it, because I believe that no knowledge is a waste. So please try to follow us, watch the video to the end so that you can be able to learn something. Do not pause it. Follow us, watch this video, follow us so that you can see the full tutorial. So please, I'll be folding the material into two. I want to cut out the front side of the trouser, then after I'm going to cut out the back side. So please pay attention so that you can get the points, as you can get the main thing that you need to get in this cutting, so that you can be able to cut it by yourself, or while at home you can be able to cut this beautiful style today. So please pay attention and follow us. So this is the material. I folded into four. So the full length of the person is 40 inches. That 40 inches, I'll be adding 2 inches for sewing allowance, making it 42 inches. So this is it. I'm going to minus. I'll be minusing it's going to have band. So first of all, I'll minus the band and get my 40 inches, then I'll add 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I need to minus the band, understand? So I'm trying to arrange the clothes. Don't be offended. Don't just follow us, be patient, and you will learn it. So minus 2 inches, which is for the band. You can see the breeze is even disturbing us, so please. So the breeze is disturbing us, please. So I'm done with it. So I'm going to minus 2 inches for the band. I told you it's going to have band. Minus 2 inches, I'll get my 40 inches, and I'll be adding 2 inches for sewing allowance, making it 42 inches. So this is it. I'll just mark it from the place that I minus. So this is it. I hope you can see the chalk. You are using this thing, white chalk. So I'm going to minus half inches from the side like this. Why you are minusing this half inches? Because trousers don't normally have allowance. So if your trouser is 20 inches and you divide it by 2, it's going to get 10 inches. That's accurate 10 inches. You're not going to be adding any other allowance. So this half inches I'm minusing now is for the allowance, for sewing allowance and weaving allowance. Trousers don't normally have allowance. So the flap of the person is 10 inches. So I'll minus 2 inches. Then I'll get my flap. So minus 2 inches, the flap is 10 inches. So I'll mark my 10 inches for the flap. So this is my nail. This is my waist, my flap length, then my nail length. Oh god, the breeze is disturbing, but please bear with us. So I'm trying to let me start afresh so I can get what I marked earlier. So this is my my waistline. The second line is my flap line. Then the third line is my nail line. So the body circumference is, the waist is 42 divided by 4. That is, it's going to be giving me 11 inches. So I'll mark my 11 inches, no allowance, because it's trouser. Then for this one, the flap is 29. The 29 divided by 2 is giving me 14.5 inches. So I'll mark my 14.5. You not put any allowance. You don't need to put any allowance. Then my nail is 20. So divided by 2 is 10 inches. So I'll mark my 10 inches. So I'll mark my 10 inches like this, as you can see. So I'm going to be connecting what I have marked, and we'll connect it together. So please bear with us with the chalk. The chalk is just fine. It's not going to be showing me. It's because of the material. The material is not collecting chalk. So please bear with us. So this is it for the flap. I've curved the flap, as you can see it now. As I did, I've curved the flap. Then I'm going to connect the flap to the nail length, just like that, till down. So this is it. I'll draw it down. So I'll just connect it like this, as you are seeing it line. Hope you can see the chalk properly. So this is it. I've marked it. I'm done with the markings. This is not going to be a tight trouser. It's more like palazzo. Just it's going to be free. It's going to be free on the person. So guys, I'm done with the cutting. So please pay attention. You're going to still learn something, in as much as the chalk is not going. It's from the material, not from us. So this is the waist, this is the flap, and this is the nail length. As you can see how I curve it. Even if when I'm cutting it, you can still see how I'm doing it. So I'm cutting it out now. So please, I will order you, please subscribe to our channel, please like our video, share it, subscribe to our channel, so that anytime we upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Do not is not leave it unsubscribed, because the subscribing is not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost your data, it's not going to cost you your money. The only thing you need to do is just to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. It's a well done thumbs up, so that anytime we upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. So as you can see, I'm cutting it out now. I'm trying to connect it from this side, the one I have marked, to this place. This is to the flap. So as you can see, the breeze is disturbing. A lot of things are happening this time around. The breeze is disturbing and the chalk is not showing because of the material, but still you're still going to learn something from it. So you can see it. This is it. Why I minus 2 inches from that upper side before I got my flap length is so that you get a perfect fitting of flap. Yes, so that your flap will be a perfect one, not the one that you sew. The thing will come out from the this in the flap. It will look like someone that has, but this is a perfect fitting. You need to minus that band. Even if your flap is 13 or 14, you have to minus band if it's going to have band, except it's not going to have band. If it's going to have band, you're going to minus that band. You understand? Before cutting out the material, before getting the full length, you have to minus the band. It's very, very important, so that when you are done sewing your trouser, you have a perfect look, the perfect fitting that you desire for that particular trouser. So this is it. So I'll place my material so that I can cut out the back side. I'll place my material like this, as you can see. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to indicate my flap. You need to indicate the flap. So I'm going to indicate my flap like this. Just indicate it so that you know where this flap, as in where the flap is starting from, where the center of the flap is. So this is it. Just indicate it. Then, oh gosh, it was, sorry, this base is disturbing. So you add 2 inches allowance from that flap. You add 2 inches allowance from the flap. Add 2 inches. Then from this side, you're going to be adding 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches down. So you just connect it like this. One and a half inches till down. So just like this, as you can see it, you just connect it. You just connect it like this. So this is it. So from this side, you are going to be needing 0.5 inches from this side, because you don't need to put much of inches for this side. Why? Because when you put much inches, like if you add 1 inches there or 2 inches from that side, when you're done sewing your trouser will just be like something that, as in they are not equal. By the side, it will not be equal. This one will go inside, this one will come outside. So the only place you need to put allowance is from this way to the flap. You put 2 inches. Then from this side, you just have to add about 0.5 inches or or just add small from that half inches, then cut it so that you can get the actual perfect fitting that you need desire in your trouser. So this is it. I'll be cutting it out, so bear it in mind that you don't need to add any, you don't need to add too much allowance by this side. The only place you need to add allowance is this side I'm cutting now. This is the only place you have to add like 2 inches or 2.5, depending on how fat the person is. If the person is very fat, you can add 2.5 inches. If the person is slim, you can make it 1.5. And if the person is moderate, you can make it that is 2 inches. If the person is moderate, the person is not fat, the person is just plump, you can't, the only thing you need to do is to put 2 inches allowance. But if the person is like big, very fat, add 2.5 inches. You understand? Do not exceed from what I said now, because if you do, the flap will not be okay after sewing it. So this is it. So please bear with us. The breeze is disturbing us, but we are there, we are getting there. So you can see the trouser, you can see how it's looking. This is the back. So this is it. I'm going to be seeing how the trouser is. You can see that from this downside I did not add any allowance. Only allowance I add is about half inches, and half inch itself is not even, is not, as in, I did not add the full half inches there. I only add a little, just a little. The place I add allowance is this side, as you can see it as I press it. So after sewing your trouser, you'll be amazed and you get the perfect fitting that you desire. You can see it. I'm done with this thing. The one that we're going to cut out now is the top, that is the upper side. The top is very, very easy. So I folded the material into into two. I will not be folding it together. So I want to get this pattern. You know that this cloth has pattern, so if I fold it into two, I will not be able to get the pattern. So I need to fold the material into two. So this is it. The full length of the person is 25. Then I'll add 2 inches sewing allowance, making it 27. You understand? Making it 27. So the neck is 3.5 inches. I'll mark my neck. The shoulder is 18 divided by 4. That is 8.5 quarters. I'll mark my 8. I'll mark it, as you can see, divided by 4 is about 4 inches, but I'll add 1 inches, so making it 5. Then my armhole is 7 inches. My bust is 10 inches. My underbust is 14 inches. Then my waist is 16 inches. So you know it's a free top and it's going to have rope at the side. And when I'm done sewing, I'm still going to show you. You're going to just sew something like, just fold a material small, use your hemming gun to hem it. Then after sewing everything for the top, you just sew the where you want the rope to reach. You just from there sew it down. Then that is it. You just draw it will draw. So that is it. So you can see the bust is 43, under bust is 42, the waist is 43. So it's a free something. No, it's not meant to be tight. So that is why I say that you should please pay attention, so that you see how I'm going to be doing it. So after anything to 4 divided by 4, that is 11 inches. I'll add 2 inches sewing allowance. Then my waist is 43 divided by 4, that is 13 inches. I'll mark my 13 inches. Then I'll add 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll just connect it together. I will just connect what I have marked. I'll connect it together, as you can see it. So this is, I'm trying to use pen, because as you can see, it's not from the pen or the chalk that we use. It's just from the material. The material is very light, that's why it's not accepting chalk. So I'll just connect my shoulder to my armhole, then curve it a bit, as you can see. Then I'll come down for the neck by 2 inches. I'll just come down for the neck by 2 inches like this, then curve it a bit. So this is it. I hope you can see it. Then slit my shoulder by ½ inches. So I'll go ahead to cut it out now. So please still follow me. I'm not done with the cutting. As you can see, this is a very simple style that you can actually sew without any stress. So the only thing you need to do is, after cutting this fabric, you just join the top. I'm talking about the top. Just join the thing together, just shape it together. When you are done with everything, you just bring as in a pieces of a cloth, like about 1 inch or 1.5 inches fold it, then just from the side, this side that you fold it, the both side, you just sew it straight, then you sew a rope, put there and draw it. That is all. That is all you need to do. So it's as simple as that. So this is the neck. I'm going to be using this front side to cut out my back side, as you can see. So this is there. I've placed my material, as you can see it. The back side, I didn't put zip allowance because it's not meant to have zip. It's going to have button. I'm going to put button at the side, at the back side. So it's going to have button at the side, so you can be able to be entering the person that has it. So as you can see, this is the back side. So I'm just cutting down the neck. So for the front side, I will still come down for the neck. I will come down by 5 inches for the front side. Understand? So I'll come down by 5 inches. So I will just connect it like this. It's a round neck. So I'll just cut it out, as you can see. I'll just cut it down. It's as simple as this. So I'm done with the cutting of this one, as you can see. So the back is going to have button. So it's going to have button at the back. I'm done with this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to cut out the hand. It's going to have a short hand. So I'm done with the front side. I'm done. So as you can see, I'm done with it. This is the back side. So I'm going to be cutting down the length of the sleeve. So the sleeve length is 10 inches. So I'll add 2 inches, making it 12 inches. This is my 10 inches. I'll add 2 inches. That is 10 inches, 12 inches. So I'll now cut it. I'll now use my hand to curve, my armhole curve, as you can see. So my round sleeve is 16 inches. 16 divided by 4 is going to give me 9 inches. So this is it. I'm going to get my round sleeve. My round sleeve is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2, that is 8 inches. Then I'll add 1 inches for sewing allowance, making it 9 inches, as you can see it now. So I'll just connect it like this. Then I'll cut it out. So as you can see the sleeve length. If you don't know how to curve the sleeve, you can actually get it by measuring your armhole to know how many it is. You understand? So I'm done with this. I'm just notch the center. This is my center. I'm done with it. So this one is, I told you that it's going to have rope by the side. So this is it. The only thing you need to do is join the shoulder of the top, then shape it. After shaping it, I've shaped this one. I've shaped it. So the only thing you need to do is to bring a 1.5 rope that you have sewn. Just if you have hemming gum, you can actually use hemming gum to, when you fold it like this, use hemming gum to hem it, and put it like that. Before putting it, you have sewed your rope. You're going to fold your rope like this, so it's as tiny as like this. Just sew your rope, then add it to the upper side, then put that in, sew it. After sewing it, you just draw it like to be like this, then you draw it like this. So you draw it. So that is all you need to do.